Hello, my name is Dr. Uchenna Ume, but I go by Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician. I'm a board certified pediatrician and I'm a mom, so I go by that name. I'm also Nigerian born, but I currently live in the United States and practice pediatrics in the United States. And in my part-time, I coach parents of LGBTQ plus kids with their journey towards acceptance and support of their children. I would like to share my story of struggles with mental health challenges just a few years ago. And so it was about 2012. I had just gotten divorced with my ex-husband, and I suddenly found myself as a single mother of 3 black boys in America. I had to make a very quick decision how to manage that. Sadly, I also had a pediatric practice that I was managing by myself, and the inevitable happened. I discovered that I had thousands of dollars owed in back taxes from my practice because my beloved spouse, who had just gotten divorced from, hadn't done what they had to do as the office manager. And then I joined the Air Force. Yes, I joined the Air Force at 42, and I found myself as a single, divorced mother of 3 boys and commander in the U.S. Air Force, coming straight off the streets. So needless to say, it was a difficult time with the financial struggles, trying to pay the bills. The IRS came a-calling, and I had to file bankruptcy. So now I was divorced. I was essentially ostracized from my ex-husband's family. I was trying to raise 3 boys as a commander in the U.S. Air Force, doing brand new things as a military woman, and then having to owe a huge amount of money to the United States tax office. That was not funny. So needless to say, I sunk into deep depression, which as far as I'm concerned was circumstantial. It was situational, and it was not good. So I went to the doctor, which is what you're supposed to do, right? I went to see the doctor, and they took one look at me and prescribed me with an antidepressant. And, also recommended therapy, which I did get my therapy. But the antidepressants did me in, y'all. I don't know about you, but for me, they didn't work for me. So they increased the dose, because you know what? We need to increase the dose. So they increased the dose, and when it didn't work, they increased the dose some more, and then they changed the class of drugs, because wait, the medicines are not working. It's got to be the medicine. But was it the medicine though? In my case, I did not need to be on medication. In my case, I needed to face my demons head on. And that's the one thing that I was not doing while I was taking medicines that pretty much dulled my thinking. And so, of course, I became suicidal, actively suicidal. And I remember the day I was driving down the highway, just wanting to drive off the highway. I had taken off my seatbelt. I put on the roof of my convertible, and I was looking for a space on I-10 that day. I'm so glad I didn't find that space, because when I got home that day, my spouse at that time said, "Not on my watch." And so we had to do some things differently. We had to change my way of thinking and my approach to all of this stuff, to realize that I was still good enough. I was still a good person. Just because I owed a lot of money does not make me bad. And so I had to start forgiving myself and start practicing self-compassion and a whole lot of self-kindness. It wasn't very easy, but it wasn't very hard either. So for me, once I realized that I wasn't the problem, my thoughts were the problem. The energy I was getting from the people that had been around me was the problem. The ostracization was the problem. The fact that I thought that I was bad was the problem. Once I realized that, and I changed my way of thinking, it wasn't overnight, but it worked. Yes, I filed bankruptcy. I paid the money that I owed them, and I started afresh. So you too can start afresh. Anybody can start afresh. Once you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, right? That's what they say. And so today I'm proudly quitting medicine on my own terms and starting my practice as a coach for parents of LGBTQ plus kids, because somebody has to help them like I was helped with my acceptance journey. So that's my story. I hope it helps somebody. See ya. Hey, find me on the internet, okay?